Once we're done listing everything into the listing spreadsheet, there's a few other steps we're going to need to follow to get our items uploaded into Amazon, build our shipping plan, and then track the data. If you look at the tabs on the bottom of the spreadsheet, we'll see the input tab, and then these go in order as the steps you're going to take to upload these. The first is the inventory loader form. That's what we're going to show in this video. The second, the shipping plan. Third, if you use the tracking spreadsheet to track your data, all of that data is in the correct format for you. And then last but not least is the condition description should you need to change the preset conditions. So we're going to start with the inventory loader form. If you click over to it, everything here is in exactly the right format that you need to upload your products to Amazon FBA. If you're going to do merchant fulfilled or if you're going to add a few other pieces, I'll show you what to do that during the upload process since we'll have a couple minutes to kill. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up to File. I'm using a Mac. If you're using a PC, the steps or the menus may look slightly different, but the steps and the process is going to be exactly identical. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to say Save As. And Amazon is a little bit old school, so rather than using a regular spreadsheet, they're going to want to see this as a .txt file. So if we scroll down, we're going to see something called a tab delimited text or .txt. You'll notice there's multiple .txt files. I believe most of them work, but I've only tested the tab delimited text. So make sure you find that. And then up on the title, we're just going to say something that we can recognize, like July 5 inventory loader. I like to make sure you leave the term inventory loader in there so you know what step it's for. We're going to call the shipping plan July 5 shipping plan, etc. So again, we're going to save this and we're just going to save it off to the desktop to make it easy to find. And again, make sure you save this as a .txt file. Go ahead and save it. Excel is going to go, hey, we can only save the active sheet or the active tab. Yep, that's okay. Go ahead and save that. Say continue. And now we're off and running. So we're going to bring up our Amazon page. Now this is one of my buddy's accounts actually, so it's not mine, so no judging what you see or don't see within here. Under inventory, we're going to say add products via upload. And we're going to come down here and you'll see a number of different tabs across the top. So you can download the inventory file. We don't need that since we already have it. You can monitor the upload status, which we'll do in a little bit. You're going to want to go to the second tab here, which is check and upload your inventory file. Now, step one is going to be check your file. And I wish I could put this in all caps, but do not use this format here. Do not even check your file. Because we exported this via a non-Amazon product Excel sheet, they're not going to recognize it. Now, the format's accurate. It will upload okay. But if you use the check file, it's going to say, hey, there's all kinds of errors. You're going to try and email me, and we're going to try and troubleshoot it. And 9 times out of 10, it's because you did the check my file. So actually just close that up. Don't even use it in the future. And we're going to go right to step 2, which is upload file. The file type, make sure you do inventory loader file. And again, on the spreadsheet, that's why we really called it out and said inventory loader form here. That way, hopefully cues you into that. If you use any of the other categories, it's going to error out as well. So inventory loader file, we can leave the rest of it alone. We're just going to say choose file. And again, we're going to go to the desktop and pull this inventory loader.txt file. Go ahead and say open and then click on upload. Now this process usually doesn't take very long, depending on how long or what's happening with Amazon at the time. So we're going to give this a couple minutes. We'll go ahead and refresh the page, see if we got fortunate. Okay, so we'll see it's in process, July 5, 0 records, 0, etc. So we're going to come back and check this in a little bit. For now, I'm going to walk you back through a few other pieces on the inventory loader form. So everything in here is as you see it. You've got the product IDs or ISBNs or ASINs called out. You've got your list price, so Amazon knows what to list it as. And we've got the item condition. It just looks like numbers, but these correlate to new is 11. I believe like new is 1, very good is 2, good is 3, etc. Now you won't see the quantity here. That's not necessary when we're doing FBA. We're going to add that when we do the shipping plan. And then Amazon NA, this is what dictates or what categorizes these as FBA. If you're not going to use FBA and you're going to do these merchant fulfilled, you can still use the spreadsheet. Go ahead and delete all of these, all of the data here. Leave that alone. And then over on the quantity, you're going to make sure you need to fill those in now. So you could copy paste that from the main input tab, or if they're all ones, you could simply fill those down. The last piece I want to call out is if you use a repricer or if you use Amazon to reprice your inventory, you can actually set your minimum prices here as well as your maximum. If you do want to do that, you need to do this obviously before you export the .txt file, but that's what the rest of this is. In general, and when I'm using this myself, I don't touch anything. I just leave it as is and export it, and we're off and running. So let's see if this uploaded appropriately yet. It did not. So I'm actually going to pause the video and we'll come back to it shortly and show you what to do when it's done. Hold tight. And we're back. After waiting a couple minutes, you'll see that the upload has been successfully processed. We only had 4 items to upload. You can see all 4 of them were successful. If there's any warnings or errors, those will appear here as well, and you can download that processing report and usually have to copy paste it into Excel to read it legibly and get an idea of what's going on. If there are errors, Amazon will tell you what's going on with it. Typically, it's because there's more than one listing for a specific ISBN or UPC, and Amazon doesn't know which one to match it to. So make sure you enter the ASIN on a future upload. And again, you can watch some of the earlier videos on the listing spreadsheet to see how that's done. So once that's done, we can go ahead and do a paranoia check, make sure that these items actually did show up on our inventory. So we can go back to inventory, click on manage inventory, and this will bring up this screen. And what we're going to do is these are not active items, so we're going to click on all, and it should automatically sort by date created, and we're going to see these 4 items here that are inactive or out of stock. Now the next step is to actually create a shipping plan, and we'll show you how to do that in the next video.